Wisconsin, concealed carry and the fact that people can now register to be able to carry the gun. What are your thoughts?
Well,
No, well then.
I'm grateful to have an opportunity to speak about something that's non-controversial, you know. See, the problem is whenever I say anything about firearms, my in-basket in my email fills up with messages from people who only type in capital letters and only use
I can't
exclamation
read
points.
those. It's really hard. And they
Right.
don't make breaks in the
Right, it's just
paragraphs
like-
either.
Yeah, I know. So
You know?
it's so at the risk of lots of capital letters and exclamation points, I'll make the following observation. There's two issues going on at the same time now, and they're totally conflated, sadly, which makes intelligent discussion of this issue almost impossible. On the one side is the deeply held belief that as the only country that has reference to firearms embedded in their founding document, this is a right that people feel very strongly about and wish to have access to. So that's over there, and it's real and authentic.
Okay.
Over here, I have a very violent crime problem made up of young people with high-quality firearms that they seem to have no trouble procuring, shooting each other and killing each other. Unfortunately, the discussion mixes the two things up, okay? When concealed carry first started to come to the attention of this state, my position was, all right, let's have the law. Let's have a concealed carry law. Everybody else does. Massachusetts did, New Jersey
Right,
did,
we're one
Virginia
of
did.
two.
You know, I never had a problem with a, armed dentist, holding up a bank, okay?
Right.
So there's, lots of people out there want to have guns. Great. But what I wanted was teeth in the law. This is the only state where no matter how many times you are locked up for unlawfully carrying a gun, it's a misdemeanor. Okay? Now, I've got career drug dealers who've been arrested 4 and 5 times for carrying a gun, but have never been convicted of a felony because in urban jurisdictions where the courts are overwhelmed, we have such a thing called plea bargaining, which is we got to move the docket. If you plead to this, boom, you get this sentence next, okay? So I've got some really bad guys out there with no felonies in their jacket. Every one of them qualifies for a gun permit under this law. Because this law only says you have to be a convicted felon to not get a right to a firearm.
Convicted.
So, convicted felon.
And what's your
okay?
chances of getting more teeth? I mean, when you look at our drunk driving laws, too.
Okay, here's our big challenge, all right? I really was trying to work this when the law, as I was doing this behind the scenes, talking to people on the phone. Can you please make it a felony to get caught without a gun? Could you please do that much? And could you at least apply the habitual offender statute to the law? Wisconsin has an habitual offender statute that says if you're convicted of like 3 or more serious misdemeanors or 1 felony, it enhances your sentence. I said, use that and say if you're a habitual offender, you can't have a gun permit. I couldn't get that in, and I couldn't get the felony thing in. When I talked to staff of one of our legislators, and I won't say more than that, he said, listen, if you can get the NRA to go along with it, we'll go along with it. Here's the number of their lobbyists. I called this guy in Washington, D.C., the NRA's writing this bill. And I said, listen, do you think we could please say that, if you're a career criminal, you can't have, you don't have to be
they
convicted?
would want that.
And he's like, well, we have a strongly held belief that only felons should be prohibited from having firearms. And I'm thinking to
Well,
myself,
that's what I'm asking
Exactly,
for. Do you
that's the point.
understand?
Right.
I'm here from the great state of Wisconsin, and I'm pleading to the NRA lobbyists to please let our legislature prevent career criminals from getting gun permits. Sorry, that's not negotiable. Okay,
See
so
how
that's
messed
the
up
law
the
I
system
have.
is, though,
Yeah.
that the lobbyist is helping to write the law.
So my challenge is, I mean, do I have a visceral reaction to people wanting to carry firearms? No. I respect the fact, as I say, founding document stuff, but we have an obligation to put together sensible rules that govern who gets such firearms, and we also need to create a disincentive to young men and women out there to carry guns, because right now, if you decide to be in the criminal life in this city, it's more dangerous to get caught without your gun than get caught with your gun. And we've got to alter that equation, and I'm not getting any help from the legislature.
Can we say we're sorry? We're sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it seems to be that
Well
would be
said, though, yeah.
easy. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to take more of your questions for the Chief. Plus, he's going to share a few pictures from his past. Does he have a mullet? We will see coming up.
Oh, wow.